Ladies and gentlemen, this dork is destroying everything great American patriots have done to build New York City. But you know what's going on now? ICE is now recruiting NYPD officers after the Mamdani victory. New York's finest want nothing to do with Comrade Mamdani. Whoever put that name in the comments, I just want to kiss you right now, unless you're a man. I said Zohran Mamdani, and someone put Comrade Mamdani. Mamdani hasn't been sworn in as mayor, yet we are seeing the beginning of a mass exodus, not just of residents or businesses, but police officers from the NYPD. They don't want to serve under Zohran Mamdani because they know he's a cop hater. They talk about Zohran like he's this inclusive, populist socialist, but the guy's a bigot. He made this tweet as an assemblyman calling his own city's police officers racist. He put a target on their backs with this. And so I don't blame NYPD officers who are now repaying him with the same trust he had in them, which was zero trust. Here's our big story from the New York Post. The NYPD is already losing officers, with morale plunging as anti-cop Mamdani prepares to take reins. The exodus is already underway. Officers are quitting before Mamdani takes office, and more might go if the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, exits. She was actually appointed by Eric Adams. Eric Adams did a lot wrong, but one thing he did right was defend the New York Police Department from all the attacks that were coming their way, because he was actually a former police officer too. The NYPD saw a 35% hike in cops of all ranks leaving in October. 245 officers compared to 181 in the same month last year. Morale is down because everyone is concerned about the policies Mamdani wants to put in place. That's according to Scott Munro, the president of the Detectives Endowment Association. You have a person who is supposed to be running New York City that does not believe in law enforcement. What's coming out of everyone's mouth is, we're in trouble. Whether more officers leave in the coming months will depend on the Tisch factor. If she leaves, it may result in an uptick. And if she stays, maybe not. Hey, they really like this Jessica Tisch girl. Actually don't know what she looks like. Hey, Jessica, whatever you're doing is working. Clearly, she's taking good care of the officers. Let's continue here. The Police Benevolent Association, which will have to negotiate a new contract with Mamdani, bemoaned that the number of cops leaving could get worse. Every month, we're losing enough cops to staff an entire precinct? Okay, that puts it into crazy perspective. It will certainly get worse if our city leaders don't work with us to fix our unsustainable workload, our expired contract, and the constant second guessing that is driving good cops away from the job. So far, new hires have helped the force keep up with attrition this year. The NYPD has hired over 2,900 new cops so far, the highest number in 1 year since 2006. The department has a uniformed headcount of 33,745 compared to 33,812 in 2024. Okay, that's pretty bad. You got the highest number of new cops in 1 year since 2006, and you still drop down in numbers from the previous year. The most notable exit so far since the Mamdani election is that of Deputy Chief John oh my gosh, what is that name? D'Adamo. Is the D silent? He's the head of the Strategic Response Group, the unit that polices protest, which Mamdani has criticized and threatened to decommission. If they get rid of the SRG, they're going to put detectives on protest. That's going to take them away from solving crimes and lead to more CCRB complaints. Adding to plummeting post-election day morale is that Mamdani has also said he would create a new Department of Community Safety that would dispatch mental health professionals to 911 calls about people in crisis, rather than cops. How's that going to work when the person pulls out a gun or a knife, a Bronx cop pondered? We're asking the same question, and we don't even live in New York. Mamdani also wants to take final authority on officer discipline away from the commissioner and hand it to the ultra-liberal Civilian Complaint Review Board. Anyone who has ever sat in on a CCRB hearing, they know it's a kangaroo court. NYPD officers have also been angry with past Mamdani comments calling cops racist and homophobic. Mamdani later apologized because he wanted votes. That's all he did it for. How do you work for somebody who considers you racist and anti-queer and wants to defund the police? Things are hard enough already, And if you're eligible to leave, why would you want to stay in that situation? A police consultant who asked to remain anonymous said NYPD recruitment will become more difficult under Mamdani. Nobody wants to be a New York City cop. It's not worth the money, the stress, the danger, especially working for a mayor who wants to take the department apart. Ladies and gentlemen, this dork is destroying everything great American patriots have done to build New York City. But you know what's going on now? ICE is now recruiting NYPD officers after the Mamdani victory. They posted this message to NYPD officers on X telling them, work for a president and a secretary, that would be Kristi Noem, who support and defend law enforcement, not defund or demonize it. Join ICE.gov. Things are getting wild out here, man. It's not just ICE. Houston, Texas cops put out their own advertisement telling NYPD officers who are disgusted with Mamdani to move to Texas. Keep in mind, Houston, Texas is supposed to be a blue city, and they're saying Zohran is going to make things so bad that a blue city like Houston is going to be preferable. NYPD, are you disgusted with the election of Zohran Mamdani? Join us. The Houston Police Department is hiring police officers. There's a lot of things going right here, and any law enforcement officer that just feels deflated by the comments of their mayor, they should come to Houston and give us a shot. And if you think Zohran Mamdani's fake apology and fake appeal to NYPD officers is working, then you might be mistaken. Officers told reporters that they weren't going to wait around if Mamdani won. They were going to leave. And based on that reporting, a lot of them are leaving already. There will be a very significant exodus from the NYPD. That comment comes from former NYPD Commissioner Bill Brayton. Interviews with officers also reveal widespread dread. A lieutenant with 19 years on the job described palpable fear after Mamdani's primary win, saying many are reconsidering long-term careers despite strong pension after 25 to 30 years. Others have echoed this, with some vowing to quit. Some officers and retirees have even discussed moving to states like Florida, North Carolina, or Tennessee, with figures like Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida actively encouraging NYPD officers to relocate using recruitment bonuses, similar to the $50,000 ICE is offering. Guys, I gotta be honest here, this is not looking good for New York. The guy hasn't even laid his hands on, well, I guess it wouldn't be the Bible. It would be the Quran and then the Communist Manifesto on top of it to be sworn in as mayor, and things are already this bad. Criminal activity might increase in New York so much that Trump just goes in and says, martial law, we're going to take over the city and the federal government is going to run it. And there's nothing Mamdani could do. He could file a lawsuit and lower courts might say no. The higher courts would probably side with Trump. I want New York City to be successful. I try not to view cities as blue or red. I just view them as American cities. I don't want to see New York fall to communism. Even if it means the right wing across the country gains huge credibility, I want every city to be successful, and I want every people in this country to live in peace and prosperity. I want La La Land is basically what I'm saying. Keep New York in your prayers, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.